Steve here again for another quick analysis video for the Aussie Swiss buying opportunity. Here today for Thursday, April 4th, 2013. So we see an opportunity where there could be a buy trade. And we'll also talk a little bit about yesterday's CAD yen and how that panned out. So with that, let's jump on into the charts and take a look with our top-down analysis. All right, so first of all, from a monthly perspective, we have the potential emergence of a little mini uptrend to the buy side with the system that we look at. And we're getting a bit of a retracement now. So again, a bit of a monthly uptrend, bit of a retracement. We go to the weekly chart, we also have an uptrend, and we're retracing back down near previous week's low candles. You can see these two green lines that I have. You'll be able to see them more clearly as we get in lower time frames. But this, basically this week candle's low, and this one with the monthly and a weekly uptrend. And there's also some other historical support down in and around sort of near this lower one. But there's definitely some support in these areas where we could get a buy trade with a weekly and a newly emerging monthly uptrend. So if we go into the daily chart and zoom out just a little bit to gain some perspective, this is that area that we've bumped into. 97.75 and then 97.40 are these two resistance, or rather support areas, I should say, where price could effectively take a bounce up to the buy side. And ultimately it could return up toward 9,900 and possibly even 99.65. Now for entry, this will be something where we'll look for a 4-hour pattern that looks somewhat like this. So you're going to get multiple 4-hour candles closing, so 12, 16 hours of rejection down in and around this area. And then we'll look to enter in a buy trade, and it might even be longer than that. Just something that has this sort of 3 or 4 or 5 4-hour candle consolidation look, or down in this region like this. Okay, and then entering as close to the low as possible to be able to go long back up toward the 9,900 and then the 99. I think it was 65 that we said earlier. Okay, so that is an opportunity that we see to potentially buy the Aussie Swiss. Now yesterday we talked about the CAD yen being a possible sell opportunity if it broke down below that level that we had specified. And what we also said was that if you go back and watch yesterday's video, we also said, one thing to consider is if it does not break 50 or 100 pips below this low and continues to reject, it may well actually turn into a buy trade. And so you can see that it did that multiple 4-hour candle rejection, 12 hours, 16 hours holding the low, and then the Asian rate news, and then the announcement that they're going to even further do further quantitative easing, talked about those things said that caused this to go up big time. But the signals for all the rejection, rather than the breakdown by 50 or 100 pips and the pullback and the sell, which is what we wanted to see happen if we were going to sell it, it held the level that it was from over here with a bunch of rejection and bought up. So if you were listening closely to that video, you would have picked up on the fact that if it had this multiple rejection, there also could have been a buy example. All right, so we'll finish this up here by reminding you that multiple 4-hour rejections in and around these two green lines could produce a buy opportunity heading up. As we said before, for our MACD3 members, we show you exactly how to find that exact entry using our system. So invite you to come check us out, but let's see how we can do with this Aussie Swiss. Thanks, folks.